Hello, everybody. It's time for another Frank White Friday. So, this past week was an interesting week for Jeff Bezos in Blue Origin. Number one, Blue Origin returned to flight after about a year of not launching because one of their non-crewed flights had an abort and has been investigated and finally cleared. So they did fly and they took a number of experiments into space and also a large number of postcards written by people, mostly children, from Club for the Future, a Blue Origin philanthropic arm. So Blue is back in the flying business, and I suppose they'll be taking space tourists or spaceflight participants again soon in 2024. Also, Jeff Bezos sat down for a very long podcast with Lex Fridman. I haven't watched it all, I'll be honest about that, but I've watched a lot of it, and it's really interesting because it talks a lot about his vision, what he wants to do with Blue Origin, and his view of human space migration. And it also talks a lot about his management style and how he managed uh, uh, Amazon and how he is managing Blue. I've given a lot of thought to that interview, and it seems to me that it's worth looking at even for people who don't like Jeff Bezos. And quite a few people don't like him, partly because he's a billionaire, partly because of his labor practices. There are many reasons for not liking him. But I gave a lot of thought to the question of Thomas Edison. I don't know much about him, but maybe people didn't like him either. But, you still turn on your lights. And you wouldn't have any lights without Thomas Edison. And I have read about the Wright brothers, and they were kind of eccentric and strange as far as I can tell. But you don't really think about them very much when you get on, let's say, American Airlines. And so it seems to me what's useful about this interview is that Bezos is very clear about what he wants to do. He wants, well, he says trillions of people living and working in the solar ecosystem. And I would suggest that people who have just read about him or simply dislike him because of his wealth or other reasons, put that aside and listen to what he's planning to do and decide if you like that. I think that's the main value of the interview. I don't know if people who have a negative feeling about him will take the time to do that, but at least it's on the record. So we have these two things juxtaposed. One, Blue Origin is back in business, and two, its founder, Jeff, is revealing where he wants to go from what he's doing now, which is very much suborbital flight. It doesn't look like it's going to get trillions of people out there, but he does have that intention. So my recommendation is, if you've been curious about what he really is planning, take a look. Lex is a good interviewer, and he got a lot out of his interviewee. So happy holidays. It's time to say goodbye and happy weekend. And we'll see you next week as we inch closer to 2024. Thanks a lot, everybody.